For truth is always strange, stranger than fiction. Look for the good in every person, in every situation. You'll almost always find it. You may choose to look the other way, but you can never say again that you did not know. Be not afraid of life. Believe that life is worth living, and your belief will help create the fact. Believe in yourself. You are braver than you think, more talented than you know, and capable of more than you imagine. When we least expect it, a new door opens on its own to take us where we belong. In the high country of the mind, one has to become adjusted to the thinner air of uncertainty. Don't sacrifice yourself too much, because if you sacrifice too much, there's nothing else you can give, and nobody will care for you. If you don't behave as you believe, you will end by believing as you behave. Be not angry that you cannot make others as you wish them to be, since you cannot make yourself as you wish to be. Your past doesn't determine your future. What matters is what you're going to do with those past experiences to start moving forward. Faithless is he that says farewell when the road darkens. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Magic always happens when you direct your inner powers to the object you want to change. To read is to empower is to write is to influence is to change is to live. You are forgiven for your happiness and your successes only if you generously consent to share them. Life is about accepting the challenges along the way, choosing to keep moving forward, and savoring the journey. Behind all seen things lies something vaster. Everything is but a path, a portal or a window opening on something other than itself. You can be young without money, but you can't be old without it. I never did give them hell. I just told the truth, and they thought it was hell. You cannot teach a man anything. You can only help him find it within himself. When the going gets weird, the weird turn professional. The truth is the kindest thing we can give folks in the end. Beware of the small things. A small leak can sink a great ship. The art of being wise is knowing what to overlook. I must be a mermaid, Rango. I have no fear of depths and a great fear of shallow living. We cannot go far in life if we only take the path that everyone is taking. There is no limit to the amount of good you can do if you don't care who gets the credit. Sometimes people don't understand the promises they're making when they make them. Rock and roll is not red carpets and MySpace friends. Rock and roll is dangerous and should piss people off. Remake the world, a little at a time, each in your own corner of the world. A good plan violently executed now is better than a perfect plan executed at some indefinite time in the future. We must meet the challenge rather than wish it were not before us. Life is not a problem to be solved, but a reality to be experienced. Once capacity is surpassed, additional information becomes noise and results in a decrease in information processing and decision quality. I will no longer mutilate and destroy myself in order to find a secret behind the ruins. I would rather make mistakes in kindness and compassion than work miracles in unkindness and hardness. Truth that came too late was as useful as a meal to a dead man. Happiness comes when your work and words are of benefit to others. There are some choices you can only make once. You can't go back to where you made a choice and then take the other one. The trouble is you can shut your eyes, but you can't shut your mind. Never give up on what you really want to do. The person with big dreams is more powerful than one with all the facts. Arrival in the world is really a departure, and that, which we call departure, is only a return. If I had to live my life over, I'd live over a saloon. Life is fragile. We're not guaranteed a tomorrow, so give it everything you've got. Temptation is the feeling we get when encountered by an opportunity to do what we innately know we shouldn't. Only when you accept that one day you'll die can you let go and make the best out of life. And that's the big secret. That's the miracle. There is no standard normal. Normal is subjective. There are 7 billion versions of normal on this planet. If we don't change, we don't grow. If we don't grow, we aren't really living. You are always a young magician with your own methods of creating your own world. The fear of death follows from the fear of life. A man who lives fully is prepared to die at any time. There is need to embrace flexibility and make a switch where and when necessary. It's your dream, it's your journey, so find a way. Doing nothing is better than being busy doing nothing. People will always have opinions about your decision because they're not courageous enough to take action on their opinion. Whenever I'm feeling down, I always think back on all my goals and get instantly motivated. Life is an experiment in which you may fail or succeed. Explore more, expect least. Success is not how high you have climbed, but how you make a positive difference to the world. The fear of appearances is the first symptom of impotence. It is hard work and great art to make life not so serious. Live your life as a curious student, and you will discover how fascinating it is. It is not enough to show how clever we are by showing how obscure everything is. The difference between the impossible and the possible lies in a person's determination. We know everything, we just haven't thought of it yet. Those at the top of the mountain didn't fall there. When you lose your smile, you lose your way in the chaos of life. Every time you spend money, you're casting a vote for the kind of world you want. Fear is nothing more than a negative assessment of risk. There are ships sailing to many ports, but not a single one goes where life is not painful. Mixing old wine with new wine is stupidity, but mixing old wisdom with new wisdom is maturity. Keep going. Your hardest times often lead to the greatest moments of your life. Keep going. Tough situations build strong people in the end. What we achieve inwardly will change outer reality. The timing of your struggle depends on how resistant you are to your molding. People who belittle people will be little people and will accomplish very little. The healing starts at the mountain, but you need the river to wash the pain away. Whenever something bad happens, keep calm, take a few deep breaths, and shift the focus to something positive. Remember that you are only alive now. This is the only moment you have. Embrace it. Spoon feeding in the long run teaches us nothing but the shape of the spoon. Weißt du, nicht jeder Wort dein Talent sein können, aber das heißt nicht, dass du keins besitzt. Sometimes not getting what you want is a brilliant stroke of luck. It is not a failure to readjust my sails to fit the waters I find myself in. A preoccupation with the next world clearly shows an inability to cope credibly with this one. In matters of style, swim with the current. In matters of principle, stand like a rock. If the moment is everything, then everything is time. Like all dreamers, I confuse disenchantment with truth. When something can be read without effort, great effort has gone into its writing. The hardest battle you are ever going to have to fight is the battle to be just you. Who belonged to no one, who belonged to everyone, who had nothing, who wanted everything. All that happens means something. Nothing you do is ever insignificant. If you have no confidence in self, you are twice defeated in the race of life. No persons are more frequently wrong than those who will not admit they are wrong. I must be willing to give up what I am in order to become what I will be. I feel like a big faker because I've been putting my life back together, and nobody knows. Feet sandaled with dreams tread paths of vision leading to wisdom's sharp peaks. Strange how the best moments of our lives we scarcely notice except in looking back. We destroy in assumptions, but we do not build in possibilities. Never give up on anybody. Miracles happen every day. A bitter reality of truth can be wisely told in a sweet tale of lullaby. Excuses are merely nails used to build a house of failure. They live like monkeys still, while their new god powers lay around them in the weeds. I have often wished I had time to cultivate modesty, but I am too busy thinking about myself.